was out. I ain't want to say shit to you and not be, you know, in my mode, like completely in my mode. Like, okay, so you want to hear a story? Like, let me set the mood the right way. I don't want to just tell you a story without the right type of mood music, to get me like copywritten. So I'll just vibrations. The biggest truth you will ever know is sitting on top of a lie. Like, it's the biggest truth is hidden in plain sight. Like, it's literally plain sight. Let's mess with shit right now. Like, retouches. Oh, that retouch crazy. All right, let's see what else we can do. Nothing. Okay. Just trying to say I basically should have just went ahead and. All right, so like I said, the greatest or the truth of all things is set on top of a lie. Like, it's like you didn't even cover the lie up. You just set the truth on top of it. Like, literally. Like, the biggest truth is sitting on top of the lie. So this is why upon the dawn of the age of Aquarius, everyone has been urged to get out of their religious order. Like, get out of it. Like, now this is one of my purposes, by the way. Like, I'm not a preacher, I'm not a prophet. I'm more of an observer. We'll just say that. I'm an observer. I'm an observer of culture, way of life, history, humankind. What is human? What is it to be human? What is it to be man? God. What is God? What is it to be God? Who is God? Is man God? Are man and God one? That type of shit. When I say a war sparked between two brothers that grew way out of hand to become the family, like, and now the family's feuding because the family is like billions strong. Like, it doesn't matter how the branches break off of the tree, they're still a part of the same tree. I Gears of war are said to be money, religion, and land, and manpower. Four gears of war. If I can control who you believe in, or put a fear of my God or my presence within you, you would damn near do whatever I want, even in time. Even in time. So, as you read your scriptures, pay attention, especially those King James Bible versions, King James Bible readers, hardcore Christians. Pay attention to how you were written into a script, like it was a newly developed script, and it actually has a calendar on the script. Like, the actual Bible has a calendar date in its revelations. You just got to read it. It has a moment where it's like they're writing the story and they're controlling the narrative. They've taken you away from your original ways, and they've reprogrammed you with their own self-driven ways, using your own ways. They're in placing the truth on top of the lie. Period. Now, as we wake up and we live our regular lives in what we call modern day slavery, because that's what it is. Let's call it what it is. It's modern day slavery. No one should even, like, to me, it technically builds character. Even as an observer, I am an observer for someone or something, whether my higher self or my lower self is totally up for observation by whatever other being chooses to observe me. Now, look, there are beings both above and below, around. No spooks in the sky. There are aliens that might come from above. You know, it's like, and there are species that will come from within. And it's all in the books. It's literally, even in kids' storybooks, they're all gears of war. Like, there are books in America that are like, they're not banned. They don't ban books in America. You have the rights to go seek and learn whatever the freak you want to over here. This is like a scholars country, like the ultimate freaking dumb scholars country in company, because it's been turned into a company. To live here, you need to be a part of the workforce to make money for it. That's literally what the world is. It's a resource. In order to live on the world, it's like a jail. You got to work for the world. If not, you're going to be homeless and in a world that's growing and eating everything around it that's not working with it. We're at war. Look, listen, the people all together are the reason why we have not collectively agreed upon full World War III, because collectively it's something we just don't want. We think about it, we weigh in the possibility of it, and because there's so many of us down here on it, it swings in. The whole moment that it could happen swings in. That's how great we are. And we curve it just by being like, that's not what we really want. How about a future where we actually have a legacy? This is an apex dimension or an alpha omega dimension. And the whole thing is like, if you go back and you read the Bible, the reason I'm not referencing it, because I've actually read it. I've read the part where it's talking about Judah and Benjamin and the tribes as they are discovered. And it talks about it in Revelations. And it tells you in the beginning that the end is in the beginning and the beginning is in the end. And if you go back, or if you go to Revelations and you read it the right way, from Revelations back, or from Revelations then Genesis, I'm gonna give you the whole scoop on it. You got a Revelations, flip back, then Genesis, and go up. Oh no, it ain't over than that. From that, you gotta flip back to the whole Testament and the whole chapter before freaking Genesis. I mean, before Revelations, and then start going back from there, going into the New Testament, like backwards, like after you've read the whole Torah, because the books are scattered and misplaced in some of the words and some of the phrases. If you actually go and pay attention to text on the walls, the text inside of those papyruses and different ones the sources have been taken from, you gotta look. When they tell you do your own research, look, I'm an artist, so most of the time I'm gonna either drop music or drop jewels on here just because the universe is like, yo, spit that real for them. My ancestors be on me. They be like, yo, we ain't blessing you with this knowledge for nothing. You can't hold it. You know what I'm saying? And even impossibilities of what you know is what someone else may believe. It's still what is known and what must be spread. The message. See, we are charged for not upholding our ancestral heritages and turning our backs on our actual ancestry. That's the point. Now, fast forward to now, well, our whole culture has damn near been eradicated by centuries of plundering and pillaging. And I'm talking about this and beyond. This and beyond. It's like specific groups that could not just be eradicated, were just erased. And let me tell you about erasing of a culture. The erasing of a culture is blending it in with the modern of whatever society is developing, while erasing their culture or their history, just going through knocking down their temples, not burning libraries, anything about these people just erased. So over time, it is, you can reprogram the younger generation to believe whatever you want them to believe. Let's get it in there. It can even be deeply rooted into them, because it's ways to mold your DNA. Like, hey, it's teachers online that tell you this shit. It's not a game. It's not a game. these new kids that are coming in here, like most people are referencing them as new souls. No, I mean it's old souls. No, no, they're new kids. They're just sponges and very, very smart. So they soak up everything that's around them, culture and all. So if you put them in front of a TV for the first freaking year of their life up until one watching Good Times, they gonna come out talking like JJ. I'm gonna be real, nigga, at one. And they fast with it because they talking at damn 2 months. You know what I'm saying? The new babies is going in because they're the new program. We got to cater to them the right way. We got to show them what a golden age really is. We literally got to show them what that is. And if we can't, then it's only thought for more destruction. Like, and it's on us. Like they could possibly survive and be into a new world, orphaned. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's how real this is. Like, it's like, think of me here to be that reminder, like Joker or whatever. Just wake your ass up, stay up. And once you up, don't go back to sleep. Cause that's y'all problem. You like to go to sleep. It's like what they say when the dudes go to jail or whatever, they find Christ or find Allah, they get out, sling a couple bean pies like Beanie Siegel say they back to selling dope. You can't be like that. Like once you eat this bread and sip this drink, there is no going back. There is no further atonement for the same shit. You got to keep pressing forward. Once you sip knowledge and you go on in it and you go towards your ascension, I'm coming on, don't turn it back. You as a person must continue, your soul must continue its trail of enlightenment until it gets to its fulfillment and purpose. And if it doesn't in this lifetime, trust me, there'll be plenty of lifetimes for you to wake up and remember. And that's not cool for me to say because I'm not trying to rush you, just like the creator of all would never rush you, bro. Everything was given immeasurable, including your time to learn who the freak you are. Ascend and become the God that you are on every level, or perish to forever. Oblivion is not as beautiful as you think. Like it might sound cool, but going into an abscess of nothing and not even being, imagined or thought back up into creation. And then there's also that moment that if you actually did want that and you go through it and you just pull it back into creation randomly because your soul just got a mind of its own. You don't realize that because you're not connected to it, because you're distracted from how to get connected to it. Don't worry about me. I'm connected and unconnected. It's called in and out of the matrix. It's just how it goes. Like, but just know that my conscience is logically married to my emotions. So they are one. I love, live, and laugh and cry all in one motion. I see the most beautiful things in life at the most terrible times, all in one motion. And in reverse, I've died to be reborn, to live again, to be reborn and die again, and follow the cycle to evolve into everlasting life. And understanding what that actually is, immortality, is set up for us all in scales of increments, but you must learn how to embrace it, how to actually hold it. You must learn who you are. Death is not the end. You have been lied to. We are in like the greatest game that we as a people could create. It's called life. You might have played it as a kid. It's called Monopoly. You might have played it as a kid. It's called checkers and chess. You might have played it as a kid. Hot Wheels, the simulation has been set up for us. War games, Call of Duty, we've come through it. Get your life together. It's all called ascension, peace. How far do we want to take this? And what are we doing it for? If something comes and threatens us to take us out of existence, how do we actually defend ourselves? Or are you just going to be so stupid to wait on something that's external that would never, ever, 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 ever just present you with the actual absolute possibility of saving yourself besides your intellect and your own thought, powerful as it is? We use this shit all the time. We even open doors on a scale of a spiritual enlightenment and can move things with just thoughts. Because we're just that great, we can create things, pop it into existence, pop it out of existence. We can create the scale of life, death, and beyond because of who we are. Most of the time, it's me and my ancestors conveying this message to you folks. So don't just take it too lightly. And don't just take it on a whim. Like I said, I'm no prophet. I'm no preacher. I'm just a guy who makes music, who was enlightened and tapped into the universe for some reason, just because I wanted to know what the freak was going on. The universe answered back and said it all was a lie and you guys made it up. Accept that shit, move forward, come up with some new things, try to be good with your life. Pay attention to what Christ said. It's a wonderful guy to live by. You guys stay up.